Here we go.
How is it going today? Lord, let's get my name's Dwayne.
My name's Jazz.
We're Dwayne N Jazz. Today we have for you a Christmas Eve horror story animated by Llama Arts. Oh boy. Let's get ready. If you guys have any guys requests, please follow us on all our social medias in the link in the description below. And don't forget to.
Got
What's
it.
that one?
I said, and don't forget to.
Christmas Eve.
I went hot. How about one? I don't know how high I could go actually.
Try it.
Next video, I got you.
Okay. Supposed to rap to that.
Last year on Christmas Eve, I was working late. I'm 23. I work in New York City and
Hey,
commute home
I
every
agree.
day on the train. Since I'm one of the younger ones in the office, I got stuck with one of the worst shifts, so I wasn't able to get home until 5 o'clock.
Oh.
My family had already left a whole hour earlier to go to my cousin's house, so I had to drive alone. After having a quick snack before the half-hour drive, I got back in my car and put my cousin's address into my phone. Halfway through the drive, it started snowing. I got to my cousin's house around 6 o'clock. It was snowing heavily by this point, and I just made it in time to catch everyone starting dinner. I brought all of my gifts inside and cheerfully said hey to everyone. I stayed until around 11 o'clock. The rest of my family left a little sooner. I stayed an extra half hour or so just to hang out before leaving myself. By the time I was leaving, the ground had accumulated at least 2 feet of snow, and it wasn't even done snowing.
Jesus.
Ah, where you live at,
Where
Dwayne?
you at?
Mhm.
New York?
The
Doesn't
roads
it rain?
were hardly
I mean, not rain,
plowed,
snow.
and I had to drive under 20 miles per hour on most roads. The roads were complete.
Well, I live in New York, and it does happen that sometimes near Christmas it does happen. So this year at Christmas in New York, it will probably snow like that because I live in New York. If you didn't know that.
Dead at this point, though. Most likely because everyone was smart enough to go home before the snow.
Why
That's
didn't you just
probably
stay?
why.
Why didn't you just stay?
Eventually, I turned
Or
onto
that.
a main road
Could've
that I'm
just
sure
stayed
would
home.
usually be bustling. But at 11:15 on Christmas Eve night, there wasn't a single car or a single light from the store.
Wow.
It was a ghost town. But
I mean,
then
everybody's
I did
home.
notice the flashing taillights of one car. It was parked on the side of the road, and the smoke seeping out from its exhaust with the taillights giving it a red tint. As I got closer, I realized there was somebody next to the car waving
Don't
their
go.
hand in the air.
Don't go.
I assumed something was wrong and they needed help.
Hmm.
So, me being the good Samaritan man, I pulled up behind the car. When I opened my door, the guy approached me immediately, barely even giving me time to step out.
See
He
that?
was an average-sized man, probably 5'10", 180 pounds. He spoke in a very demanding voice, asking me if I know anything about fixing an engine. I told him I didn't know much about cars. The guy responded very quickly to everything I said. He told me it's fine. He
He
went
doing a
inside of his
drug
car for a second, popped open his trunk, came back out, and told me to just wait by the trunk for a second.
For what?
He's gonna run you over.
I had no idea.
When you hear pop that trunk, hell nah.
He's gonna run you
He
over.
walked over to the front of his car, and I heard
He's
him.
gonna run you over.
I couldn't see anything he was doing since the trunk was blocking my view, and the loud wind of the snowstorm overpowered any small noises he might have been making. I put my hands on the back of the car and leaned my body in anticipation, when suddenly I heard 3 or 4 quick and aggressive footsteps in the snow behind me before I was pushed into the trunk. The man tried to close the trunk on me, but I kicked my feet up in resistance and held it up.
Oh.
I was able to
See, this is why you don't
kick the
trust
trunk
people.
open completely. As I took advantage of the few seconds I had to get out of the trunk, I took out my keys.
Ooh.
He tried to grab me now, and I dug my house key right into his neck. He fell to his knees, and his scream
Ow.
echoed down the deserted street. I was in my
Ow.
car and halfway down the road
Gee, you
before
didn't
he
have to
could even get
hurt
up
him.
from his knees.
You're murdering now.
A little further down, I called
my
911
Lord.
and reported the guy. I came back in 10
You didn't have to murder him or hurt him. I mean, you can hurt him, punch him, but don't make him bleed. Jesus.
minutes to
Trunk, hell nah.
He walked over to the front of his car. The man tried to close. He tried to grab me now.
You're murdering now.
Further down, I called
my
911
Lord.
and reported the guy.
You can't just
I
murder.
came back in 10 minutes to find blue and red lights illuminating the windows of the deserted stores. The police held him until the ambulance arrived for him.
Oh, I thought he was dead.
I watched the whole
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Nothing ever felt better in my life.
I mean, it's good to defend yourself, but don't, like, Try to kill him.
I got home safely half an hour later and told my family everything. I was still very shaken that Christmas, and this remains possibly the most horrific thing I've ever experienced.
So, you went home. Were you? Okay. I was gonna say, was he alone? No, well, I guess he wasn't alone because it's all them two sitting there. But
Right.
why? First of all, when he said open the trunk, that would be a red flag.
Well, I hear.
That would be a red flag.
I used to hear pop the trunk. Do I have to pop the trunk on you? That's never a good
That's
thing.
not a good thing. That means they're trying to do something to you, and
Right.
it's not gonna be good.
What did he try to do to him?
He tried to kidnap him for one. Probably tried to take his organs.
Oh man.
You know, and it's wintertime, so he has the snow to freeze it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Just
he has
Lord.
he has what he needs to freeze his organs. So maybe that might be what he was trying to do.
Dang.
He was trying to, I think he was talking fast because he was trying to see who's like around and stuff before he does what he has to do. I would have been walking right behind him. If anything, if I stayed, that's if I
Yeah.
stayed, 'cause I would have left.
I wouldn't even
stayed.
took the opportunity to help him out. I would just call the police or something.
Like to come help this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call a tow truck company. I wouldn't even. I'm going
Yeah, I'll
home.
be like, call AAA.
I wouldn't even be in that situation. I'll be at my cousin's house. I'll be like, dog, look at this snow. I
I wouldn't even
morning.
do that. I'll be like, you know what, you could just stay here.
Yeah.
And we'll just get you like some blankets.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
You're
it.
your family.
But
I guess